Mr. Johnson put up the cast list. Oh my gosh. I didn't get the lead in the play. I didn't get the lead role. He gave it to Tanner McLagan. That doesn't make any sense. That's not, what? Dude, the lead role of frickin' Captain, man, it's in my vocal range, okay? Oh, Tanner McLagan, his singing's flat, dude. He doesn't have the voice for that role. Yet, I'm in fucking ensemble and Tanner's playing Captain. What? And scene. Now, if you can't tell, I wasn't being serious there. I was pretending. I was acting, if you will. That was my impression of a high school theater kid who takes the casting of the school play way too fucking seriously. And that's because this video is about theater kids. You know them? You know them. That's it. You just know them.
We're all in this together. Once we see there's a chance that we have and we take it.
If you somehow don't have first-hand experience with the weird subculture that is kids and teens who like to perform on stage, allow me to explain. Now, I feel I'm actually pretty qualified to discuss this topic because, believe it or not, as a kid and teenager, I was in my fair share of theater productions. Now wait, hold on. I was in theater because I had no interest in other after-school activities like sports or Boy Scouts. I don't know what people do. And I always loved movies and storytelling, so theater seemed like an adjacent enough activity for me as a youngster. I wrote youngster in the script, but I don't like that anymore, so as a kid. Most of my memories of theater are really fond, and I met a lot of cool people. But I never felt as dedicated to the craft as a lot of my castmates were. They just lived and breathed theater in a way that I didn't. Which is weird because I was like the most talented one.
You're blind! Get out of here!
Kidding, obviously. But some of the other kids' passion just manifested in ways that I personally sometimes found cringy.
What I have to say right now might be a little cringe.
So I thought it might be fun to look at videos that display such behavior. But before I start, I feel I have to say I obviously have no inherent issues with people who enjoy participating in theater. If something brings you joy and it doesn't hurt anybody, by all means do it. I mean, I love watching live theater, so obviously I'm glad there are people that love performing. I'm just here to poke fun at some behavior found in a lot of theater kids that's just a lot. It's just a lot. Also, most of these videos are other people making fun of such behaviors like me, so like even if they are theater kids, they're very self-aware and in on the joke. Some of them aren't, but most of them are. Case in point.
Really wish I could say we are ready for opening night. But I do not lie out loud.
Haha, this is very accurate from my experience. Like obviously a director, the theater's their job, so I'm not saying that they should just half-ass it, but sometimes they'd take it like so seriously, which to me is really funny, especially when it's like a high school play or a local play specifically for kids. Like, you know, I get wanting it to be the best it can be, but calm down, the stakes are pretty low. I have one particular memory. I was in a show called 13 the Musical. You can look up the plot if you're really that curious, but basically it was about a bunch of middle schoolers and, you know, cute play about them like wanting to kiss people and stuff, you know.
I do that and I'll never get the tongue.
The tongue.
Script was funny, but it was by no means like this dramatic high art or anything.
You said, do it. Whoa.
And I remember the director of that show one night explaining to us the importance of not getting too into character, that we couldn't let it go after rehearsal ended or something. And as an example, she said, I'm not joking, she actually said this, unironically, I mean, you have to learn how to let go of the character after you leave. I mean, look what happened to Heath Ledger. You know, Heath Ledger, the actor who died of a drug overdose after getting too into playing the Joker? What? You said that? Listen, I get you wanting me to take the show seriously, but I don't think I'm gonna get so into the character of Malcolm from 13 the Musical.
Check it out, yo, we on it.
That I'm gonna do anything as drastic as overdose on drugs. Sorry! But the directors weren't the only ones that took the high school shows too seriously. The kids did too.
Red leather, yellow leather. Hey Justin, we're trying to warm up our articulators here because we have a performance. You guys do realize we have a performance, right?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I could just never match the dedication to the production that a lot of my castmates had. Like, I remember in the same show, 13 the musical, you know, the one about fucking middle schoolers, going up to a fellow castmate before the show started, and them being like, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm getting into character. You're getting into character? You're getting into character? You're a high school playing a middle schooler. I don't think this... Come on, man. Come on, man. And obviously the whole thing about them just like caring so much about what part they got and who got what part they wanted and all that shit. I remember in another show someone getting mad that the scene where she had a solo, she was mad that we didn't have different costumes because like it meant the scene where she sang alone was less special or something. I don't know, but I swear this happened. Sometimes we'd have like a week off rehearsals for spring break, and I remember one show kids got together at somebody's house to unofficially rehearse the show when we didn't have rehearsal. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. I just can't get that into it. And I felt bad. I felt bad that I just could not understand how much they cared about this. But it wasn't just the performance itself that kids took really seriously. Yeah, so there are a lot of superstitions in theater, like you're not supposed to say good luck, you can't whistle on stage, stuff like that. And one of them is that it's bad luck to say the title of the Shakespeare play Macbeth while in theater. So I remember the play where I first heard about this. Somebody was like, yeah, you're not supposed to say the name of Shakespeare's Scottish play. You mean Macbeth? Don't say it! Stop it! Whoa, you take this really seriously that I just said Macbeth just now. Stop it! Stop it! Oh my god, the play's gonna fall apart! Oh, because I said Macbeth? Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! And then after that interaction took place, things went wrong in that night's show, as they did every night because plays are complicated. Somebody told the director that I had been saying Macbeth, and the next day I got like a legitimate out of anger scolding that it was my fault everything that was going wrong. It was just so mind-blowing to see that this was taken so seriously by even the adults. Like, I'm sorry if you believe it, but it isn't true, right? There aren't any theater gods waiting to smite your production the moment somebody says the name of a Shakespeare play. I'm sorry, that just doesn't work like that. But in referring to the superstition as a whole, in order to avoid saying the name itself, people would refer to it as the Scottish play, or in the case of this TikTok, the M word. Hey, let's not call it the M word, because that sounds really similar to the N word. You know, the racial slur. And no matter how much you believe this superstition, even if it were scientifically proven that somehow there was a correlation between people saying these terms and something bad going wrong in your production, it still wouldn't be as bad as saying a racial slur. So let's not even make it sound like they're comparable in any way. Please don't call it the M word, please.
Hey TikTok, this is a day in my life of being on Broadway and going to high school at the same time. 6 a.m. wake up, get ready for school, catch the bus, and get to school at around 7 a.m.
Okay, this one might not even be that annoying, and I'm just an asshole, which I already knew. We're not learning new information with that. So if this doesn't annoy you the way it does me, that's purely because I'm an asshole, okay? Full transparency. But like, I just hate this girl's attitude. Like, oh yeah, I was in a Broadway play while I was in high school and doing high school at the same time, and it was like so hard. I had to wake up so early, and I had to go to bed so late, and I had to leave school early, and the teacher failed me because I was in a Broadway show.
And I would usually stay the whole time, except Wednesdays I would leave at 5th period because we had a matinee. Yes, it was Miss Broccoli's class, and yes, she failed me for a semester. But I made it up the rest of the year. Anyway.
Like, you know this girl was insufferable if you were in the same class as her. Like, oh sorry, I have to leave early because I'm on a fucking Broadway stage tonight. I'm in a Broadway show. Oh, you have to do your homework? That's cute. I'm in a play that people spend fucking hundreds of dollars to go see, okay? I'm in fucking Broadway and I'm only in high school. Oh, what do? You have a soccer game? That's cute. Oh, you're on honor roll? Sorry, I don't have time to focus that much on schoolwork because I'm on fucking Broadway and I'm only a kid. Like I said, full transparency, I'm probably just an asshole, but man, this girl just gave me like real vibes, just real annoying vibes, I don't know.
The show typically ended at 10:30, but on school nights, sometimes I would actually skip bows so that I could get home and get some sleep for school.
And that brings us to this last video that I have something to say about.
Tell me more, did she put up a fight?
So these are some theater kids who are eating at a Denny's after their play, presumably, and they're performing a number from their play in the middle of the Denny's for all the people at the Denny's who just are eating at Denny's. I have a story to go with this one as well. After one of my performances of a play one night, I remember the other kids were going to get frozen yogurt, and I didn't want to go because I was tired from singing and dancing for 2 hours, and I just wanted to go home and do something that had nothing to do with the fucking musical we were in. But most of the kids did go to get frozen yogurt, and I found out later that while at the frozen yogurt place, they did this exact thing and performed a number for the people at the frozen yogurt place. I'm not a particularly religious person, but I think there had to be some higher power looking down on me that night, because if I was present when they decided to do that performance in the middle of the frozen yogurt shop, I think I just would have died. I think I just would have died. If you don't understand why I think performing a musical number from your play in the middle of a Denny's or frozen yogurt shop isn't a good idea, isn't it kind of fucking obvious? You know, if people pay to come see your show, they want to see you perform. But if people who don't know who you are at all are going to Denny's or get frozen yogurt, there's nothing about them being there that implies they want to see a live performance. Justice, are you against all flash mobs? Flash mobs can be fun. No, I'm not. If you look at a lot of popular flash mob videos on YouTube, they're at places like an outdoor festival or a mall. These places are big enough that every person there isn't forced to watch the flash mob, right? It's like secluded to one section of the place, and everybody in the whole area isn't forced to watch. Also, these are usually put on by already professional dancers or singers. Being forced to watch a group of professionals isn't the same as being forced to watch a group of high school actors. Now, obviously, I'm not saying if you're an actor in a high school play, that means you're inherently untalented. But it doesn't mean you're inherently talented either. The pure hubris of forcing everyone in a Denny's to watch your performance from your fucking high school play, I can't wrap my head around. Also, you know, just by looking at this video and the situation, this was definitely the girls' idea, the girls of the group's idea, and the guys just went along with it because they, you know, girls, because gotta impress the girls, gotta impress the ladies, right? If I met the love of my life and she wanted me to do this, then she wasn't the love of my life, so that metaphor didn't really make sense. So we had a lot of fun today, making fun of theater kids and their tropes and their behaviors that are sometimes cringy. But like I said at the beginning, you know, do whatever makes you happy. But just maybe don't make other people watch it if they don't want to. If they want to, of course. But if they don't do that, okay? Stop doing high school play flash mobs at Denny's. Public service announcement. I'm Justice Course Guard and I approve this message. If you have any funny stories from theater kids at your high school, leave them down in the comments below, and also get vaccinated. I know I say that in every video, and I'm not gonna stop until cases start going down. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye like a theater kid. Bye!